Okay, you guys, I got to tell y'all about the day that I got called to do a market research. If you know what market researchers are, it's when they call you into a place to give your opinion on something. It could be a product, it could be some soda pop, a taste test or whatever. You can fill out a form, give your opinion, and you talk to a person in front of a group of people, and they have a camera behind a curtain watching you and recording you, right? So anyway, I get called for this market research. I was about 23, 24 years old, right? I was in and out of jobs, so I needed the money. The guy calls me and say, "Hey, Jay, we got a market research for you, but you have to be like a plumber. Do you know anybody as a plumber? Or you have to have experience as a plumber?" I said, "Yeah, I know about plumbing. I did plumbing before." I was lying my ass off. I just wanted $350 for that hour, right? So he said, "Okay, we're going to put you on this market research, right? True as a clock, you guys. Check this out." So the day came for the market research, right? So we were supposed to bring tools that we use on the job, right? I ain't had no damn plumbing tools, right? So I bring a screwdriver and a pair of pliers, right? And I'm like, oh shit, this is lame as hell, right? But I said, you know what? I'm going to skate my way through there. I'm going to try to act this one out, right? So I get to this market research, man, right? All these big dudes, plumbers, showed up in flannel shirts and jeans, man. Looked like they could have been in ZZ Top. I kid you not, long beards and shit. I was like, oh, damn, I am done. They go figure this shit out, right? So I'm sitting in there filling out the paperwork, and then they call us in for the market research, man. I'm nervous as hell. These guys brought in, like, big-ass plumbing tools, dude, like a snake that goes down, the toilet and shit and the drain and all. They brought that. They brought big ass wrenches and shit, and sat them on this table in there, in a group chat. And I set my pliers and my screwdriver on the table, man. They looked at me like, this dude is fronting, man. This dude do not belong here, right? They already knew it, right? And I'm sitting there like, damn, this sucks, right? I had to go through a whole hour of this shit, right? So anyway, came around to me to get up, stand up, and, introduce myself and talk about my job, right? I'm like, yeah, I've been a plumber for 5 years. I'm 24 years old. So I've been a plumber for 5 years, and I mainly use, she said, well, what do you use your tools for? I said, I use them for like, tighten up the toilet, tighten up the sink and all that stuff. And then I use a screwdriver for this, right? And they looking at me like, this dude is bullshitting, right? But they didn't say nothing. The plumbers were cool. They knew I was young, and they just listening to me, right? They were older cats, right? So anyway, they go to the next guy, right? And he talk about his experience, oh yeah, I've been on the job 15 years, and here's the tools that I use, and this and that. And I was like, oh man, damn, man, they making me look bad, right? So then they went to this other guy, this one dude, right? And he talked about his tools, and he said, you know what? He knew I needed help, right? He was, man, this dude was a blessing. He knew I needed help. And you know what he said? When they came around him to ask him about his job and his tools and stuff, he said, you know what? I agree with Jay. That screwdriver and those pliers are very handy in plumbing, and we take it for granted. He said, but I agree with him because I carry him with me too. And I also carry you too. This dude saved my life, man. I swear, man, this dude, man, was sent from heaven, bro. And I'm sitting there like, I'm staring at him like, man, this dude, it just helped me out right there. Made me look like, I knew what I was talking about, right? So anyway, check this out, yo. So after this shit was over with, right? Grabbed our donuts and shit, right? And I had nerve to go up to the counter and get my $350, right? I knew, but I'm young, man. We all do shit, right? So I get my $350, man. But prior to that, I had went through a series of questions, man, and I was just throwing out shit. Oh, yeah, I'll get a call, be a plug. I was just making up shit, man. And this dude would always chime in and help me, right? Man, so when it was over, I got my envelope, had my $350. I walked to the elevator. That dude that helped me got on. I wiped the sweat off my head, man. I hugged this dude. I said, bro, thank you, man. We chatted for a minute. He kind of gave me a little giggle. He said, man, you'll be all right. You'll be all right, man. You got it. You know what? When we walked out that elevator, I said, man, listen, let me treat you, man. I took him to Arby's, man, and told him to buy whatever he wanted. I had $350. It didn't even matter, man. Arby's was cheap back then. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the story.